Do you want to be a good dad? Do you want to be the best father for your children? Let's find out with today's guest, Mr. Jeevan. He's my friend from the same church. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Christopher.
Hi, Mr. Jeevan.
Good to have you today, this morning.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for coming and for your time. So we have met for quite a long time. We met in church, and the thing about Mr. Jeevan is I can see his obedience, his commitment, his responsibility in his family, and he is currently having 2 children, 2 sons, which is amazing, and with his wife at home right now. So what are the tips to be a good dad, to be the best father? If you are facing some problems right now, this is probably the best tips that you can ever get for yourself. So Jeevan, what are some important principles every dad should follow to positively influence their child's life?
Well, at the core of every father's intentions for the children, sons or daughters, would be for them to be independent, so that they are able to sustain for themselves with maturity, with intelligence, with knowledge. And but I need to have a caveat to that, which basically is sometimes we fall in that expectations or in that objectives simply because we try to equate that with what we want for our children instead what the children needs for themselves. So I'm in a learning process myself as well. So some of the experiences I've gone through are pure mistakes, so something to learn from. And I will continue to learn, I believe, as long as I am trying to be a dad.
Okay, so basically you are saying the independence of your children is very important, right?
Yes.
And instead of wanting what you want, let them be more free so that you know what they want, right? There's like a core value to it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Jeevan. Would you like to elaborate on a bit or like more in it?
Well, there's much to elaborate, but then it becomes like a sort of a repetitive sharing of information, because as what my children normally share with me, I tend to repeat most things, but I guess that's the tendency the fathers tend to fall into. They try to relate their experiences, and it becomes like a broken record from time to time. Okay. So, but then eventually, hopefully, some of it makes sense, and there is a generational gap to cross into. So, what might sound right for me may not be sounding very smart for the younger children, especially. So, as I said, I've been on a learning process on this as well. There was no guideline books for me to follow in when I started, and I don't believe I can write a book anyway now on this subject.
That's very powerful, guys. So being a dad is being a humble dad is very important. Okay, so just like Mr. Jeevan, I can see his humility. He's being like the humble dad without actually forcing his children and stuff. I can see, and yeah, this is the best dad ever we can give, you know. And now we are going to move on to good or bad question. So, are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Whether I am a good or bad dad, let the audience stay
yeah,
up
you
for
decide.
themselves.
But
Yeah.
probably I know the answer. If you're a monkey, what would you do now?
Monkey, what drove you to ask the question?
Oh my God.
Okay. If I am a monkey, never imagined in my life to be a monkey.
What will you do now?
Monkey say as monkey do, is it? That's
Who
what I
knows
think.
if monkeys?
Yeah. I guess when you already typecast that person or that imagination to be a monkey, then you tend to be someone who is actually free in the sense because they will do as they please.
Okay.
There's nothing to govern them. There's nothing to say that this is your restriction or your barriers. Okay, and they will go as what they please. And that's, I guess, how we distinguish monkeys to humans. So it's a bit difficult for me sitting in the human seat and talking about monkeys and what I would feel like being a monkey. So it's a bit difficult.
It's a bit difficult.
Yeah.
Will you be eating banana right now if you're a monkey?
Again, putting myself, as I said, from what I see, the characteristics of a monkey, they tend to do what they please.
Yeah.
So probably if you say you give them a banana, they will look for peanuts. That's the kind of characteristics I see in a monkey, because unless they are really hungry.
Okay.
So that is, I think, trying to equate that to being a dad is that that's how you have to, you might think someone as being a monkey and feed them accordingly, but sometimes if that person is fulfilled on the hunger, they will want to try to venture into something new. So they might, if you give them a banana, they will ask, where's the banana tree, for example. So that's the adventurous spirit of a human, especially a young human.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe, like, how can he actually relate this super random question, this good or bad question, with the relevant topic. I like, literally, I'm like so, it's mind blown, you know. Like, I've like two guests before, like even like when I asked them about this good or bad question, they'd be like, just try to answer that question, but you can just relate it like.
Yeah, I'm just
crazy
saying it as it flows into my mind.
Yeah, that's good.
So maybe upon listening this later, I might think, why did I say that? But well, that's it.
Okay, I didn't expect that. Okay, but this is a good one.
Okay.
How do you balance work, family, and personal time to be there for your kids?
Okay, a very pertinent question, especially nowadays. Like it or not, every one of us, in whatever age group, we don't sort of maintain ourselves just focusing on being just one. If, for that matter, even a student, it's not being a student alone. It's being a child, it's being a son, it's being a friend. So just like that at work, I know a lot of people would feel that, you know, going to work, coming back from work, it's very taxing. Okay. Sometimes it's not only 8 hours, it's not only 10 hours, it just carries on, and sometimes you bring the work back home. But that's where it's important to have the right balance between work, family, and also your own time. As you might know, I've also delved into things that I'm quite recently, which is not so of a comfort zone for myself, which is basically going into acting and things like that. I share this stage with you.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a right balance, and I try to involve my family with that as well. So with that, I can go to work every day, for example, feeling fresh because the evening has been occupied with something else. And I can go back to my family with something fresh as well, because I can bring the knowledge or things I learned at work to my family. Okay, but sometimes it is stressful, or rather usually it's stressful. Okay, but the stress is something you need to manage, and as you grow, you either learn to handle the stress, or you fall into the trap of being sulking into the stress, and then other complications come to you, health wise, emotionally wise. So it is something that you need to balance. So it is having a balanced lifestyle. That means having multiple involvement is good, but just make sure you don't overdo it.
Okay.
And then remember, the reason you're having family, work, recreational is because so that you learn to balance it. you don't overstress yourself with one aspect of it. Okay.
Okay, so that's very, very powerful. Don't overdo it, and yeah, just try your best. Okay, so as you mentioned that you have got into this theater performance in church.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to know a little bit about it. Like, how did you manage to get involved in the scene? And because you played one of the main roles in the play, which is Saint Francis Xavier himself. And what inspired you to act? How did you manage to get involved in?
Whatever you get involved in, you must have some kind of love for it in the first place.
Okay.
Or some kind of interest for it in the first place. I'm sure most of us are interested to see movies, are interested in the arts, not necessarily movies. Sometimes you see in concert performances, things like that. So for me, when I see something that people do which is not their own self, it is, for me, it is a talent, it's a skill. It's a skill set to play something that is not yourself. It's not your own character, it is somebody's character, but trying to get involved with it. So what inspired me was that the ability to actually, just for that little while, to sink into another person's emotion. Okay, so it is basically like this Saint Francis Xavier. It was a sort of historical side, sort of is religious element to it. So that sense of adventure in him, that sense of being in a foreign place, how will a person feel like? That's what sort of interested me. And also I was interested in acting and stage plays for a long time. Not as an actor, I was backstage. I was involved with some backstage activities during my school. Okay, so that was also, I was always wondered how will it be to actually be in front of the stage instead of backstage.
Yeah.
So so it was a good opportunity, and thank God I was given that opportunity to perform it, and I hope it was good enough.
You did really good, great.
Yeah. It was a great experience working with you.
Thank you.
That's where
Thank you.
I found out a lot about you.
Thank you. That time was also the time that I actually know you more, you know, like.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that you can act. Like, guys, I'm gonna drop the link in the description to the stage play. It's like a theater performance about Saint Francis Xavier. It's a missionary in Catholicism. He's from Spain, am I right?
Portugal.
Portugal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So shout out to Mr. Jeevan for that. Like, he is a dad. Can you imagine right now, you just jump into a stage play? That's like kind of wow, right? You have side jobs, you have kids, you have family, you have your own things to do, but just get involved in stage play, like, and you act so well on it, like, that's crazy, you know. Hands down. So, time to go back to good or bad question. Would you like to ride a roller coaster with a dog beside you, or would you like to ride an ostrich with a cat behind you?
Oh, okay. In both cases, I fear for the animals because I don't think the straps on a roller coaster really holds the dog down well.
Okay.
And I don't think the cat can hold on to me when he's sitting behind me on the ostrich. So in both cases, I may experience fatality on the animal side. Okay.
Oh my God.
But I would love to. I mean, roller coaster is something I love even until now.
Okay.
Even when I was young, when I go out with my friends on roller coaster rides and all, I'll be the first one on a roller coaster, and I am the last one out. In the sense that if there is multiple chances of going on a roller coaster, I'll be the one on it.
Wow, That's
Yeah,
nice.
because I remember once, long time ago, when I went to Hong Kong, there was this Pacific theme park or something. It was one of the wildest roller coasters at that time I saw. This is many years ago. It's probably before Hong Kong's independence or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So when I went there, I went on 4 rides in a row. Everybody went out, but I went 4 rides in a row. It
You just
a
keep
thrill.
getting in the queue and just.
Yeah. It was great. I just liked the thrill of it, the wow of it, and all.
Have you ever tried the roller coaster in Genting Highland?
Yeah.
How was it? Like, is it
Oh
nice?
yes.
Nice?
Unfortunately, in the Genting Island roller coaster, once you are in the ride, when you come out, you have to wait in line again and then come
Yeah,
back in.
that's what I did.
So I didn't go on a stretch.
Okay,
you see.
okay.
But yeah, I tried that. I tried the one in Sunway. I tried a couple of them. So,
Guys, being a dad is adventurous. You can just jump on any roller coaster and stuff. Just go with it, man. Come on, you're still a human. Yeah.
But be careful being a responsible dad when you're bringing a very young child. Be careful on a roller coaster. Think of the dog experience. So don't bring a child if it's not safe for the child. Okay, just like put it through there.
So basically, his choice is to ride a roller coaster with a dog beside him instead of riding an ostrich with a cat behind him. So that's his choice. I'm kind of surprised.
It's not so much my choice, but it's just that I never tried riding an ostrich so far. So I wouldn't know. So roller coaster experience, yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, that just gets me so good. Oh my God. Okay, guys. If you are liking this podcast, make sure to subscribe right now. We have more to go, and that's how we drill. That's a good part about it. No playing. It's all about fun and educational, and spreading awareness and stuff. Okay, now, how does faith play a role in strengthening family bonds for you?
Okay, to me, God is central in my life. Everything that comes in my life is His doing, good and bad. But if it's good, I need to show appreciation to God. If it's bad, I need to pray that God provides me the knowledge to overcome the challenges. God is not someone to be blamed. God is someone to be worshipped, so that He guides you in the right way. I mean, He gave us this short term called life, and for us to go through life from the beginning to the end, to experience it fully, without His guidance, I don't think you can experience it, and you will regret life after a certain point of time. So always remember, God is there, and if there are trials and tribulations, He has given it so that you learn from those trials and tribulations, and you learn to overcome, and then you'll be better off after that. So that's how faith is central to me. Until now, I thank God for the family He has given me, parents, wife, children, friends He has given me. Okay, of course, as you can see, there is a bit of an age gap between both of us, but we can relate because God came in between us, and we are able to share our experiences and share the good times with each other. Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Mantap. Okay. And good or bad question, round again. What is the current issue that you think is ridiculous, and what is the way to solve it?
Current issue that's ridiculous. So many things are ridiculous in right now, but without going too much into the detail, ridiculousness comes in as an aspect of life. It can be anything from politics, economics, it could be social. Okay, I'm trying not to be very particular in one aspect, but if it sounds ridiculous to you, first of all, see the humor in it first. Okay, don't be too serious about it. See the humor in it. Then you see then you try to understand the aspects. because what seems to be ridiculous to you at that point may not be ridiculous, so much ridiculous sometime in the future. Okay, and when things are ridiculous, it means there is things to learn from there as well. Okay, why do people are trying to typecast people in a certain way? Why are people trying to say, you know, things are certain things are so stupid, it just doesn't make sense, but it's still happening. Why people are suffering in the world, why bombs are dropped, why are we spending more on ammunitions than on helping people mentally or emotionally? So I know I'm purposely not being particular in a particular element that is going on now, but it is something to learn from. If you can learn from it, be better from it, and more importantly, make the people around you feel better for it. That's better. Okay, and that includes being involved on the social network and sharing information. Be responsible always. It doesn't always mean the older you are more responsible. Sometimes the young people can be very responsible as well. It's just that they view things differently. But it's things to learn, because at the core of it is, do not hurt people. Do not hurt their feelings. Respect their emotions. Not everybody is supposed to feel the way you do or be like you, but everybody is not supposed to hurt each other. That is the truth in every religion.
That's so wide. Like, see the humor in it and don't hurt people, and try to learn something from the issue or the incident. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even expect that, you know.
At this moment of time, what's ridiculous is I am being in this podcast. A young man interviewing me. I know he has interviewed 2 other people, and they were like
almost my same age.
What a trendy young guy and a intelligent young woman. And here you need contrast, so I guess he called me a word.
Because like, he has good value in being a father. So like, these generations nowadays, we can see like the world is so broken, it's falling apart, and it happens mostly within family. We can see a lot of breakups within family, a lot of issues, and parents also mostly involved in this thing. So like, for those aspiring fathers out there, I just want to bring you some guy that actually can tell his experience. Like, this is valuable. Like, being a good parent, being a good mom, being a good dad, that's essential. If you don't have a good parents taking care of the children won't be as good, you know. So we need good parents. Yeah, we really need good parents. So shout out to my guy right here, you know.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's a good or bad question, and now we are going to get back into the professional question. What's the most important thing you have learned from your wife since you met her? It can be something that you didn't know, but
I really when I married my wife, there's very little that I know about my wife, because we were actually a sort of arranged marriage, a very traditional kind of marriage.
You mean arranged?
Yeah,
arranged marriage.
Arranged marriage.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's not. But of course, we met and tried to talk things over. But then it was more learning about each other after marriage rather than before marriage. Okay. The question was, what was the most interesting thing I learned about?
Most important thing that you have learned.
The important thing.
It might be a value or something that you didn't know before you met her.
Is that I need to learn things from her every day. Okay.
Wow.
Because it's
every day.
It is like what I learned today. I think, that's what she is, and then tomorrow she's something else again.
Okay.
Okay. So basically that's it. I guess that's normal in a relationship. you try to learn from each other every day, something new, something different, and a lot of things you don't agree with, and then you try to sort of reason things out and say what are you, in which aspects I am right, in which aspect she is right, and then try to come to a conclusion that most of the time she is right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's very powerful.
Okay.
Obedience, humility, and yeah, that's very important in a relationship. Now, good or bad question again. What will happen if Jerry smacks a topic? Oh, guys, I can. Wait. Oh my god, guys.
Please share the excitement with me.
What will happen if Jerry smacks a tapir's butt? Jerry from Tom and Jerry.
Oh.
Jerry smacks a tapir's butt. Tapir, you know, tapir is an animal.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks like with the long nose and the black and white body.
Just so I'm sure, Jerry is the mouse, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
right, okay.
Yes. Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay.
Oh my god, guys.
Okay.
I can't. Oh.
Jerry smacks the tapir's butt. Well, let's just hope the tapir doesn't sit on him.
Wait.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, right after smacking the butt, yeah. Why do you equate tapir with Jerry? Why don't you equate Tom with Jerry instead?
That's super random for good or bad
Okay,
question.
okay,
Yeah. Oh my god, guys.
Yeah, I fear for Jerry's safety after that. Yeah. I think it's better off just dealing with Tom rather than the tapir.
Really?
Yeah. By the way, do you like Tom and Jerry?
Yeah, I pretty like it.
Yeah.
I like it very much. Like I always watch it.
Yeah.
Even during my secondary school time, which is high school time, or even university time. Sometimes I just watch it, but it's very good. Do you like it?
Oh yeah.
It's
I
very
love it.
nice, right?
Even now, but whenever my children allows me, I used to see it.
Oh,
Okay. They don't see it that much, so
okay. Well, that's nice though.
Yeah.
But Jerry is quite elastic, if you can see. Like normally Tom hits Jerry, like pang,
and misses normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Who knows when the tapir intends to sit on Jerry, and Jerry just runs away or stuff, being elastic and stuff. That's a problem, man. Who knows, Jerry actually takes the pen to actually smack back the. He already smacks. Yeah.
I see that our discussion on Tom and Jerry is getting very deep.
Very deep.
Yeah.
Guys, subscribe right now. Guys. follow. Okay. What values do you think are crucial to teach your children, and how do you teach them?
Values. I think children tend to, especially after a certain age, they tend to learn the values from what they see rather than what they hear. Okay, so it is basically how the people closest to them react to things, how they treat other people. They learn those values that way. It's not so much when you dictate things to them. I think children, especially once they go out to school and colleges and things like that, they are being lectured most of the day of their life in front of teachers and lecturers. So when out of that lecture or school environment, I think they learn more from what they see rather than what they hear always. So if you drill things too much into them, then they don't tend to, they try to rebel against those things. But if it's it is something that they see, for example, if you get a car for your child, right? You keep telling the child, okay, you need to wash the car, you need to maintain the car well and things like that. I'm talking about young adults here, okay? It becomes sort of like, it's like a broken record again. So, but then if you are doing those things yourself on the car, keep making sure your car is clean, wash it, maintain it, and then tell if you are doing maintenance, if you do this, it prevents you from being some kind of difficulty while you're on the road, and you can understand the car better. I think they learn that way better instead of you telling them to do it.
It just doesn't.
It's like, don't tell them do this. Tell them, see what I am doing about it.
Yeah, like why do you do it, right?
Yeah.
It's better that way. Like
I'm talking in terms of from the perspective of a dad, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's how it is. But for as a teacher or a lecturer, I think it's different.
That's true.
They must be more commanding on what.
That's true.
Yeah.
So for dads out there, to all the lovely fathers out there, that's very important. Make sure to try to catch the tips that Mr. Jeevan has given to you, and it will help you. It will help you if you apply these techniques or concept of this mindset onto your children. It is gonna be great. Okay, so very nice and good or bad question. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. If you had to be one of these characters, Pink Panther, Crayon Shin-chan, Sunio from Doraemon, or Mr. Bean, which would you choose and why?
Who is the second one again?
Pink Panther, Crayon Shin-chan.
Who is that?
Crayon Shin-chan is the anime, is a Japanese cartoon.
Okay.
So what is your future plan? If you have grandkids.
Future plan when I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Oh. You have got me thinking here. Well, plans. Actually, right now for grandkids, when you come to, I suppose I'm not in that position yet, but I suppose when you have grandkids, you are at a time where you have to make sure it's not so much about being responsible to your family, but more about being able to take care of yourself so that you are not a burden to your family. So that, I suppose, that is what my plan would be, not to be a burden to someone. But saying that is easy to say, but when you are in that particular time, when you are a grandparent, and then you don't know your health situation, you don't know your financial situation as well. So what you can do now is, so that to plan for that future time, is make sure you take care of your health, make sure you take care of your finances, so that at any one point you are independent. Because after all, that's what, when in the beginning of this podcast I was telling, to make sure the next generation or your children are able to be living independently. So when you're teaching someone to be independent, it's not only at a particular age. For the rest of their lives, they need to be independent. And if I want to try to equate that to religious understandings, God gave us this life so that we can be independent, although to be responsible while being independent. There's a difference between being independent and having freedom. Having freedom is free to do everything within your power. That's what God gave us. God gave us being freedom. But God also gave us his teachings or his word, so that we are able to do it independently and responsibility. That freedom, that precious freedom that we have. So we need to balance this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes having no plan is the best, right? Do you agree with that?
No plans. Well, I wouldn't say having no plans, but because when they say when you don't plan, you are planning to fail. So you should have plans.
Okay.
But just make sure the plans are something that is reasonable. Because, for example, for example, when I was younger, I always wanted to actually say my future car should be a Lamborghini. Okay. But as you grow older, you may be able to afford Lamborghinis in the sense that if you sacrifice everything else, you probably can afford a car. Okay. But as you grow older, you have other things to think about. Think about, for example, your improvement, your family, your children's education. Sometimes you, at that point of time, you think the Lamborghini, although would have been great to have, okay, but there are other more important things to worry about. So you should have a plan, but allow in those plans to have flexibility, so that when you come to a certain point of time, those plans that you have, make sure the plans are able to adjust itself so that it fulfills the needs of that particular time. Okay.
Okay, that's powerful, guys. Guys, I hope those fathers out there are taking notes, even though I didn't mention in the beginning of this video. But it's pretty informative and it's really, really helpful on your life. It's not just being a parent, but in your life it's gonna be helpful for you. And I want to give you the good or bad question. Would you rather act as a Power Ranger or as a masked rider?
Oh, definitely a masked rider.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, why? That's crazy. Like, why?
A Power Ranger is so, I mean, it's like, I don't see so much depth in it. But
Okay.
a masked rider,
They have like the in-depth story.
yeah, there is like there is something to explore in
Okay.
the character.
Okay.
I mean, you
Wow.
can have the mask itself.
Okay.
Is basically a form of it's acting.
Okay.
You actually mask yourself when you're actually acting.
Okay.
It's not your character that's being projected. It's somebody else's character
Okay.
being projected. So it sounds much more interesting.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Which is why I think nowadays Batman movies do better than Superman movies.
Okay.
Superman
Alright.
doesn't have a mask, and then
Yeah. That makes sense as well.
I guess so.
In one way. And like, have you ever watched Masked Rider? Any Masked Rider?
You mean Zorro is a masked rider?
I think so. Masked
Yeah.
Rider is Zorro, right?
Zorro, what is that?
Ryuki?
Nicolas Cage movie, what's that?
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Ghost Rider.
Oh, Ghost Rider.
Ah, Ghost Rider,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I've
So
seen those movies.
yeah, so you're saying like the character with the mask, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's really crazy.
In a way, Power Ranger is also masked, right?
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
it's like the full one. Like they have
Yeah,
like until
yeah.
neck and
Yeah.
all the way down to the toe. That's pretty crazy. So we have come to an end of this podcast, Good or Bad Talk. Can you please, do you have Facebook or Instagram?
Yeah, I don't have an Instagram or anything. If you want to follow me, I think you better follow Christopher, so you'll contact me.
Yeah, I think that's a good one. Guys, if you have any questions or demands or any advice, make sure to DM me on my Instagram, Christopher_Corinthian. and I'm gonna be contacting Mr. Jeevan so that he can answer you or give you some help on any issue, right? Because apparently he doesn't have any Instagram or Facebook. So yeah, you just contact me, you can follow me, okay? Make sure if you are listening on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Deezer, or any other platforms, make sure to follow me. Follow this podcast. We have more to come. Different guests, different episode, different topics, but it's fun, educational, and just spreading positivity to all of you guys. You get something, you get wisdom, experience and stuff. And make sure to subscribe if you are from YouTube. I hope you really enjoy this episode if I put much effort into this. And make sure to comment down below what should I do next, what topic, who am I going to invite. And I want to shout out to Mr. Jeevan for coming with me, talking about how to be a good dad, about the tips, about the mindset, about the concept, something like theory and stuff, but it's more applicable in daily life. You know, God gives us wisdom, so God gives him wisdom as well. So we learn from the people that has experience on it, who is good on it. Even though he's trying to learn, he's not perfect. I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. But all of us are doing is to just learn. We never learn. We never finish learning. You know. So thank you, Mr. Jeevan. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. As I mentioned, it's not an expert, but I got to make a correction. There are books to learn to be a good dad. Okay, but then for all dads, this is all I can say. It's what I can say for myself as well. I don't strive to be the best dad in the world, but try to avoid being the worst dad in the world. That is already the first step towards being a better dad every day of your life.
Yeah. Always remember, just be the best dad for your children, okay? Whatever you can do, whatever you are capable of, don't be afraid. Even just small little things, your children are going to appreciate it very much, okay? You never know it. You might think, are they going to like it or love it? But come on. If they don't like it, they don't love it, they're still not not on you, but you have already done your best, right? If you want me to have further talk with him, make sure to also let me know so that I can schedule with him for another talk. I think this is very wonderful. This is very helpful, all right, in the sense of an aspect of life. So it's been an honor, and it's pretty fun, you know, like talking to you. You know, even though we are not as close as in age, you know, but yeah. Which year were you from, by the way?
Pardon?
Which year were you from? Which year were you born in?
Oh, 67.
67, okay.
The last millennium, not this one. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Thank you.
Thanks for the drink.
No problem. I hope you guys enjoy.
Okay.
As always, good or bad talk. Next episode. Peace out. God bless you all. Peace.